Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Walk Japan. My name is Q and it's Saturday, November 9th, 2024. We were so excited to wake up this morning that I totally forgot to take pictures of this morning's breakfast. But I will show you where we're going. Now, I'm a huge fan of samurai, ninja, and everything related to martial arts, so booking this event was a must. This booking that we had was in the morning, so I couldn't rely on my mental faculties to be in order. I think it was also the excitement that caused me to lose my focus on capturing good moments of this event, but I did my best. So we're heading to Tokyo Samurai Ninja Museum, okay? In Japan, they have a few different locations both in Tokyo and in Kyoto. The museum also has a few programs that you can select from. So the first is the museum itself, where they would take you on a guided tour to see the ways of samurai and their history. The next is a samurai experience, where you will learn about what it means to be a samurai, their clothing and what they use to defend themselves with honor. Next, you then have the ninja experience, where they will show you the sneaky yet skillful tactics a ninja would use in those times. And lastly, they have the samurai with the ninja experience, which is a combination of both the samurai and the ninja course. Now, things might have changed on their website due to the scheduling and seasons, so pay close attention to the selections which you choose for you and your party. Naturally, we chose the samurai and the ninja experience. I was not going to pass up this opportunity. Not now. The location that we chose to go to was a museum in Asakusa. You can get there by taking the transit from Kawaguchi to Ueno, then changing lines to the Tokyo Metro Ginza line in Ueno, which will take you 2 stops to Tawaramachi Station. You will walk north about 5 minutes or so, about 2 blocks, and it's there on your left. Once we arrived, the host checked for our names and granted us access to the upstairs. Immediately entering the first room, we were paired with a guide, who first had us put our belongings in a storage room and then come back out to put on our samurai armor for pictures. Now I know I look a little bit more than funny, but it was a nice warm-up to get us started. Next we traveled upstairs to another level where we met our next and final guide, Koki. Koki was super cool and very knowledgeable in the arts. He was very helpful to tell us about samurai history, weapons, and clothing in detail. We next changed into our samurai clothing, which included a gi top and hakamas for pants. We then were given a chance to choose our weapons as well. Next, Koki gave us a demonstration of what we would be learning today as a samurai. Not so hard, is it? Let's see how we do. Not bad, huh? Next, Koki had us try to use what we learned to spar against each other. Unfortunately, I was too excited and forgot to capture this part as well. And yes, of course, I won against my brother and my friend. I put those good skills to use. Afterwards, we took a couple of photos in our samurai outfits. Next, Koki switched our training to the ninja experience. Here, we had to change into our ninja clothing and wait for our new person to join our group. Now, I wasn't sure, but this new student seemed like she was running her own YouTube channel or a Russian blogger's channel while she took the class. I didn't know her name per se, but she was quite enthusiastic about keeping people engaged on her channel, including us as well. So if you know who she is, definitely tag her in the video or let us know who she is. From then, Koki taught us how to use the ninja throwing star by hitting targets on the far wall. After getting good at throwing stars, we then had a friendly competition of who would hit the targets the best, and of course, I won first place. Next, we learned how to use the blow dart by trying again to hit the targets on the far wall. Once we got good at that, we again had a friendly competition, and yes, of course, I won first at that too. Once our ninja experience was over, Koki let us know that if we had left a good review for the place, we would receive a small little gift. And of course, I had to be the first one to send a shout out about this place. And look, I received my very own ninja star. In total, it was about an hour, hour and a half of an event, but it's well worth it if you want to have some fun. If you want to check this place out on your own, I'll leave some links in the description. Now that we're done with our training, it was time for me to meet back up with Steven to check out our authentic Japanese bathhouse. The place that we're heading to is the Saya-no-Yudokoro. It's not too far from Akabane, maybe a 25 or 20 minute bus ride. You can take the Kokusai Kyogo bus, aka 53. It's right next to the west side of the Akabane metro station. After arriving at the destination, we still needed to walk a little bit to get to the bathhouse. The weather was perfect, the air was clean, and my body was ready for this bath. Upon entering the facility, we needed to take our shoes off and place them inside of a locker with a key. We then next entered the main facility. This place had so many different activities, I didn't know where to start, so Steven just had me follow him the whole way. We promptly headed to the men's changing rooms to get started. In a Japanese bathhouse, there are very strict rules about etiquette that must be followed for everyone's enjoyment. Here, I'll name a few. At this bathhouse in particular, they do allow tattoos, but as long as they can be covered with their specified coverings. Although if your tattoo is too big, I don't think you'll be allowed to enter. You cannot use cameras or mobile phones once you enter the changing rooms, out of respect for other people's privacy. You must bathe yourself before you can enjoy the hot springs. Children cannot play around, and you must keep hydrated while in the spring. It's well known that you can get overwhelmed by the hot spring and get dizzy, so keep hydrated while you enjoy the facility. If you're new to a public bathhouse, get ready to be shocked, because yes, everyone is nude, of course, but no worries, the rooms are divided by gender, so there's no peeping. Besides the hot springs, this place has a dry sauna, an aromatherapy place, skin therapy, body massage, and more. They even have a restaurant, if you're feeling hungry. If you'd like to enjoy your own space, you can reserve a room of your own for a specified amount of time. Should you want to visit this amazing place, I'll leave a link for you in the description. Now, once we entered the locker room, we undressed and grabbed our miniature towels and drying towel and headed for the washroom. Sliding back the door, I swallowed my pride and held my head high while I walked into the nearest bathing station. This place was quite nice in size, and so many people were going to and fro. Each bathing station had shampoo, conditioner, and body wash with its own shower head and temperature control. It's easy to get too comfortable in this room with water everywhere, so for the next 10 minutes, I bathed myself quite thoroughly. Steven then came over to guide me to various stations in which I could enjoy. They had a chair-like baths, where water ran down the back. There were many different seated underwater baths, an outdoor circular bath, which in my opinion was more relaxing but felt a little bit more hotter than others. After an hour, I was good and relaxed. Steven showed me where I could use the cold station. It's where you pour cold water on yourself to induce a healthy shock to the body and get those impurities out. Next, I roamed to see other stations such as the dry sauna. When I got too dry, I came back out to pour cold water on myself before heading back to the other baths. By now, I'm getting too relaxed. I felt my mind slipping away, so you better get hydrated. After another 30 minutes or so, I was ready to head home. Never have I ever felt so clean and relaxed in my life at the same time. From there, we walked back into the locker room where they had a hair drying station. With me and my 3+ feet of hair, it took me about 15 minutes to dry. Next, I got dressed and met back up with Steven. When we were through, we came back out to the checkout counter. where we paid for our fare and got our shoes and left the bathhouse feeling on top of the world. We then headed back to meet up with Yoko and have some dinner and fun on a Saturday night. We even had Saori come out and join us. Well, that's our episode 4. I hope you all had a great time with me. Tomorrow, we'll take a short trip out to a little well-known town called Gunma, where we'll meet up with another old friend from college named Moeka. She'll take us on a guided tour to see a very famous spring in the mountains, and then visit a very famous mountainside hot spring and tourist spot. If you're a manga otaku like I am, then you should know about the series Initial D. It also is tied to Gunma. Well, I'll see you next time. Tane.